This is Sports, the recap. Here's the latest in local and international sports. Real Madrid took care of business in Group H of the FIFA Club World Cup, grabbing a 3-1 win over Mexico's Pachuca, despite going down to 10 men just 7 minutes in. Meanwhile, Manchester City crushed the Lions 6-0 in a dominant Group G performance. City now shares the top spot with Juventus, both locked into the next round. Hilal and RB Salzburg, on the other hand, ended their match in a goalless draw. Tonight, Atletico Madrid takes on Botafogo and PSG faces the Seattle Sounders. In the NBA, the Oklahoma City Thunder won the championship after defeating the Indiana Pacers 103-91 in Game 7 of the finals, capping off a dominant season with the title. In Lebanon, Beirut club defeated Sagesse 87-81 in Game 1 of the Lebanese Basketball League semis in a hard-fought and thrilling battle at the Shia Forum. Later tonight, Riyadi faces Homenpin again in Game 2 of the semis in Mizhir. Welcome to This Sports on This is Beirut. Things are heating up in Lebanese basketball as the Final Four series has finally kicked off. We're diving into all the latest with Riyadi and national team player Karim Zeinoun. Karim, welcome to the show. Great to have you with us.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure of mine.
Karim, so you're back from Dubai after a tough loss at the BCL Asia final, and you were hit with serious injuries. How are you guys adjusting, and how did you prepare for the Final Four?
To be honest, it still hurts till today, the loss in the finals, especially how things happened, the injuries, how the game went. But eventually you have to shift your focus from that back to the Lebanese league. So we did our best to try to protect the team and Sagesse's game before the Final Four so that we would be full power, although we're not full power, but be full power with the team that we have right now.
Let's rewind a bit, heading into the BCL Asia. Riyadi were the favorites, reigning champs, strong, well prepared. Then injuries hit hard. You lost Wael Haraqji and Captain Amir Saoud. How did that shift things for you guys on the court? I mean, you were there until the last quarter, but came up 1 point short. How did the team take that loss?
We were still the favorites after the injuries. We knew that we had what it takes to win, but how the game went during the finals, we played the quarterfinals, semis and finals with a 6-7 player rotation. So that takes a lot of energy from the players. So we arrived to the finals, we were a bit tired, but still it wasn't an excuse nor a reason. We gave it our all. Some things happened during the game that we can't control. For example, me getting kicked out of the game.
What really happened there? Because many people here in Lebanon didn't really have access to the game because it wasn't really accessible on TV or online for many.
What happened was that I got technical in the beginning of the third quarter because there was a Japanese player. He was talking to me and I was talking back. But still, it didn't deserve a tech, neither for me, neither for him. It was just healthy competition, but the ref saw otherwise. And then there was one possession I was going for the block. I lost balance mid-air because of the positioning of the players, and the ref saw and took into consideration that it was an unsportsmanlike foul. So I had a tech before with the unsportsman, led to me getting kicked out.
Speaking of referees, there's been a lot of controversy recently regarding officiating errors. Sagesse recently urged the federation to bring in international referees for the Final Four and Final Series. What are your thoughts on that?
For me personally, I disagree with what Sagesse had to say because, in my opinion, the Lebanese refs are doing a great job. Of course, they do some mistakes sometimes. It's a human error, but it's part of the game, just like the coaches and players do mistakes and the fans. The referees also. So sometimes when things like in the derby game, when it's heated, when fans think that the ref made a bad call, or sometimes it might be a wrong call, but the interaction can't be the way that it was. So no, I highly disagree with what Sagesse had to put out. And even Sagesse during Wasl, they were saying about the refs, about Wasl, that they weren't good. So if you're not going to get the Lebanese refs, then the Wasl refs are the same. And like a month or two ago, they had something to say about the refs also. So I don't think we need international referees. I think the Lebanese refs will do a great job in the Final Four.
Karim, now about the buzz surrounding some local players moving to Japan for the B.League next season.
Yes.
I mean, your contract with Riyadi ends soon this season.
Yes.
Are you considering a move to Japan? Did anyone reach out?
There has been some interest, yes, from a couple of Japanese teams, but my primary focus is on this championship this year. And once things come to an end, I lay out my options and see what's best for me. But of course, the priority, like I've said before and will keep saying, is for Riyadi.
What if Sagesse came in with an offer? Could we see you in the green jersey next season?
Anything is possible, but it's hard for that to happen right now, especially.
Why is it hard?
Because it's my 5th straight year with Riyadi, and I've won like 4 championships out of the last 5. So there's kind of a legacy, and if you want loyalty on both ends, like they want me, I want them. It's mutual. The last 5 years, nothing wrong has happened from their end or from my end. Everything went smoothly. So if it ain't broke, why fix it? So.
Now, looking ahead, the Asia Cup is coming up in August. When does national team prep begin? And do you think the team would be fully ready this time, especially since Wael's participation is still uncertain?
Most probably, I think Wael is missing the tournament. He needs, his type of injury needs at least 3 months. If he did the speed recovery, it will take him 3.5. But I think we still have a good chance. Preparations, just yesterday, they did the group. July 15, we're going to start the national team around that, minus 1 day, plus 1 day. I don't know when, but around that time. So you'll have a good like 2-3 weeks to prepare. And Hasab, what I understood is that we're going to play a couple of friendly games here against some other national teams to prepare before the Asian Cup.
From your perspective, what's the biggest difference between playing under a local coach versus an international one?
Usually a local coach would be easier to let his message through the team. It's easier because he's Lebanese, he knows the Lebanese mentality, how the players think, how the players would react to a certain comment or a certain remark from the coach. The foreigner, if it's a foreign coach, it's going to take a bit more time because he has to implement his new strategy. It's a different culture than the Lebanese culture, but us as the players, we try to make it as easiest as possible for the coach because we know that it's like in the national team, it's not like you're playing all year long. It's like 2-3 weeks, you have a break, and then the Asian Championship, and then you break till November. So it's parts of the year. So we try as much as we can to sacrifice in these parts, to listen and to just do what the coach asks us of.
Karim, if you make it to the final, who do you think you'll face in the finals, Beirut or Sagesse?
It's going to be a tough series, how I see it. Hopefully it'll reach the furthest game possible so that we finish our series the earliest so that we could rest a bit because this year has been very hectic with the scheduling. But I think both have an equal chance. I would give a bit of a favorite for Beirut.
You think Beirut is the stronger team?
Not necessarily the stronger team than Hekme, but they have a slight advantage in a couple of places. So yes, but that doesn't mean that Hekme can't win the series and go to the finals also. The Lebanese fans want Hekme Riyadi, of course, for the atmosphere and the fans. But I don't know, I think Beirut have a little bit more chance to make it than Hekme.
A quick one before we wrap up. What's the toughest challenge you expect in the Asia Cup?
The toughest challenge is, I think, the first group stage. We have a very tough group to start in the first group. So I think if we make it out of the group stage in a good ranking, it would make our road to the finals a bit easier. So at the end of the day, to win the championship, you need to beat everyone. But the group that we have in the beginning is a bit tough. So if we make it out first or second in that group, we'll have a easier path to try to go to the finals, hopefully.
And that's a wrap. Karim Zeinoun, thank you so much for joining us, and good luck in the games ahead.
Thank you so much.
Coming up next, a Lebanese female powerlifter defied all odds and stereotypes, competed in the World Championship and ranked first in the Arab world and 8th worldwide. Meet Joya Khairallah in this report. This is Joya Khairallah, a Lebanese powerlifter, the first in Lebanon and the Arab world. She recently competed at the World Championship in Germany and ranked 8th worldwide. But behind every champion is a story, and this is hers.
I started powerlifting 7 years ago. It all started because I had and still have chronic neck pain. I tried all the physiotherapists in Lebanon. I tried a lot of treatments, but nothing really helped. So I thought maybe my neck muscles were just weak and I had to strengthen them. So this is when I decided to start going to the gym. I hired a coach. One day he comes and tells me that he has a competition in powerlifting. This is when I knew that there's a sports called powerlifting. And this is when I really fell in love with this game.
Apparently strong women intimidate some men.
I did face a lot of hate and bullying from men who were intimidated by me, by how strong I was, by how much I was able to lift. Women were more supportive. Even at the gym, they used to come and compliment my body, how I look.
For Joya, breaking records meant breaking stereotypes.
At first, my family wasn't really supportive. They were a bit scared. They thought it was not healthy and I might get injured. So this is when I felt like it's a challenge I have to take and to show them and show everyone that females can also lift weights and still be feminine.
When she first started powerlifting, there were barely 2 women in the sport across the country. Today, she says there are over 30.
Females are realizing that they can also lift weights. Men as well are being more supportive towards females.
Now she's debating whether to compete in the Asian Championship in 6 months.
I was the first Arab in general to get to the World Championships podium. I placed first with 2 world records that I still hold till this day. I've been competing a lot in back-to-back competitions and it's mentally draining. It's not easy at all, especially that there's a certain body weight that I have to be at. So my diet has to be on point all the time, my training, it's not easy. You need some time off.
In 2025, it's about time we accept that women are capable too. Yes, they're built differently, but sometimes different is powerful.
And with that, we come to the end of this episode of This is Sports. Thanks for watching. Make sure to follow This is Beirut on all our social media platforms and check out our website for more episodes.